Hey guys, welcome back to My Mill Tech. Today we're going to go over a Corsair Carbide Spec 02 case. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be busting this case down today. We're going to be prepping it, and then we're going to be doing a custom paint job on it. It's not going to be anything overly fancy. It's going to be more of like tribal dragon designs that'll be on it. I'm going to take the case from black to red. It's going to be an apple red, and the actual artwork on itself will be black. Then going to look pretty sharp. And then after that, we're going to put what I would call budget build into it. So this will be probably about a 2-part video, maybe 3, but like I said, I'm going to try to get it into 2. And we'll go from there. So without any further ado, let's get down to the meat and potatoes, and let's look at this case. Alright, so if you're going to be breaking out a case, there's a few things you're going to need. Right now, I don't have one of the little magnetic bowls that I normally have, so I'm going to have this Ziploc baggie to hold screws and whatnot in so I don't lose them. You're going to need a screwdriver. Depending on what other kind of case you're getting into, you might need more than just that. I mean, depending on how far you want to break the case down, you might need a drill and a rivet gun. We'll get into that at a later date with probably a different case. And I always recommend taking a quick look through the instruction manual. Don't take for granted that a case is a case. There's a lot of times that there'll be different. I've seen a video where a guy tried to take a tempered glass panel off the front. Well, it didn't come off. It wasn't made to come off. And if would have read the book, it probably would have said that. In other cases, there might be something that tells you how to take that panel off without destroying it. A lot of that is in there. Like I said, in this book, they have a frequently asked questions, and like I said, nothing really major in here, but like I said, it never hurts to take a peek. So a couple reasons why I chose this case is, one, I think given its size, it has a lot of expandability. Even when we start taking the sides and stuff off and get into that, I'll show you some of that. The other thing is the price. It's $50. In a budget build, something like this, you can't beat that. If you're also trying to save money on cooling, this case comes with 3 fans. In the front, there are 2 140s, and in the back, there's a 120. Technically speaking, if you're not overclocking, that's all you're going to need. On top of your cooler for your CPU. So that's not too bad. So let's take the side panels off. We'll get started on this. Like I said, this isn't a bad case. Real good budget case. I recommend it, especially if you're doing a first time build. I think it's a pretty easy case to work in. Like I said, I've done a couple builds for this. I did a build for my son in one of these cases a couple of years ago. It turned out really nice. So what's going to happen is we're going to take this down and take it apart, and I'll sand this and get ready for paint. Also, what I'll probably end up doing also is taking this out so that I can paint this instead of taping this up. There's just these little notches in here that you can bend up and then slide the actual plexiglass out. So I will be doing that just so that I don't get any paint on this, and I have some plans for the actual window itself. I'll be putting a design onto that. Also, one of the things I want to get into is doing some more builds that I want to get into some of the basic customization and start working my way up, and taking you guys, showing you how to do some of these mods, and maybe inspire some people to do some of their own. So this is the inside of the case. It's pretty straightforward. One of the things I like about this case is there are a lot of screws. There really isn't as many rivets as you would see in other cases, so it kind of makes it easier to take apart. Let's see what we got here. So that. I'll also take this out. This will be painted a different color. I'll probably paint this this mesh black, and then have the rest red. Basically just invert the colors. Not too bad. So here are your fans in the front. And like I said, for like a $50 case, I don't think you can really beat what you get out of that. So odds and ends. What we're looking at here, not too bad. Again, yeah. So one of the things that I find appealing about this case is, how far you can actually break it down. Like I said, as far as expandability, one of the things that I really like about it is the fact that you can take this out. This comes out very easily, and it opens up that much more space. As far as this drive cage, that takes a little more effort to get out, but to be frank, you can get that out too. You might have to drill out a couple, yeah, but that'll come out pretty easy if you want to take that out. Because let's just face it, anymore, who really needs optical drives? But like I said, this and this can come out, and the next thing you know, you've opened up this entire space. I mean, you can end up, realistically, if you wanted to, you could put a custom loop in there, whatever you wanted to do. But you have that much more room to play with. And the top, we have Alright guys, so here we are. Our case is busted down. Now this drive cage up here, there are some rivets that are holding this together. I could drill those rivets out and re-rivet it later. I think I'm gonna not do that this round. I think I'm gonna roll with it the way it is. I'll sand it up and paint it. I'm gonna get these stems out of here in a second, or stands, I'm sorry. But yeah, so next what we're going to end up doing is we will sand this whole thing down, and then we will clean it up. What I mean by clean it up is after I sand it, I'll take a wet cloth and just kind of wipe the whole thing down, pick up any particles that are on it. I might blow it off first, and then do that. But that'll ensure that we have good adhere. Yeah, that will ensure that that the paint adheres to it pretty good. Gives a chance to get some of these stickers off. I'm really not 100% sure how to get these. I'm gonna play with these feet a little bit. Looks like they're pressed into there. I might end up just taping these off. And go from there. But basically in a nutshell, that's how this is. I could take the bottom off if I really wanted to. But like I said, I think I'm gonna roll with it like this for the paint. I think this is definitely doable and very workable surface. Like I said, just gotta sand it up and get going with it. And that's that. Alright guys. In my garage, I made a makeshift paint booth. Hung some plastic from the ceiling down to the floor, put some cardboard down. What we're going to do here first, let me see if I can get a good shot of it, is I got some pieces laid out. What's going to happen is, like I said, I have some designs I want to paint on this case. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put the black down. Now I'm not going to paint the entire pieces black, and I've obviously had to sand these down for the paint to adhere better. So that's why I'm going over it again with black. I'm not going to do the whole surface area because I just want it to show through black where I have the designs. So when I paint these, you're going to watch me just paint sections, and then after that, about as soon as the paint sets up and cures, I'm going to go back and put my vinyl on there, and then spray over it in the red apple, and we'll go from there. So, all right, here we go. Alright guys, so our paint job is complete for the most part. As you can probably see from some of the video, I made some mistakes. I'm going to go back, I'm going to correct those. I'm not a master painter, so you know, I want to go back to something I said early on. When you go to do mods, have a plan. Try to be meticulous with your plan. I was trying to hurry. This paint job went on a lot longer than I wanted. There's a few things I'm going to have to go back and correct. When I went to spray the clear coat down here towards the bottom of the case, there was some bubbling that came up. I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to wet sand that out. The one panel I misjudged and put the Dragon on upside down. I'm going to go back. I'm going to have to redo that whole panel. It's not going to be too bad, but for the sake of this video and the next video, I'm going to go ahead and do the build. So the next video, you're going to see me actually build a computer in this. Overall though, other than a couple things I got to go back and correct, I'm pretty happy with the paint job. I did hurry a little bit, as I said, and part of that is, you know, I was trying to beat some weather. You know, I don't have heat in my garage. The weather was turning. I wanted to make sure the paint came out all right. So, like I said, I'll correct that panel. I'll correct this front. But I'll do that after I do the actual completed build, because like I said, there are a couple panels. I'll just pop them off and fix them. And then after that, you know, we'll go from there. The other thing is I did not put back in these filters. So some people be like, why don't you put your dust filters in? Simple. It restricts airflow. If you're somebody that is not diligent about cleaning your PC out, go ahead and put a dust filter in. I try to stay on top of that. If you stay on top of that, you don't need a dust filter. There's some different videos that are out there where they've tested computers both with dust filters and etc. And there hasn't been that big of a difference with the exception of airflow. Something that is this fine, it does really restrict your airflow going into your PC. So if that is something you care about, take these out. That'd be one recommendation I have. But back to the paint. A couple of things I had with this project, and like I said, it ran over a little bit, is I didn't get an opportunity to peel after I did the paint job. It sat for a week. I got busy, didn't have time to go out there, you know, get it off the hangers and peel the vinyl. So it was a little bit harder to peel the vinyl. Normally I'll peel the vinyl the next day. So that's something I don't want to repeat. So like I said, that it's going to lead to some things I got to fix in and of itself, because, you know, a couple scratches and things like that. Like I said, I'll fix those later, and be seeing you in the next video when we go ahead and put some guts in this and fire it up. Overall, like I said, I'm pretty pleased with the outcome of it, and like I said, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll perfect this process together. Thanks.